Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It has been 4 months since I did the how to save Coleus Overwinter video, and I decided to give a follow-up. We had some comments about what do we do, once you get them potted up, what do you do with them? I'm in zone 4 outside of Minneapolis. It is super cold. Today, for example, it's -10 Fahrenheit. It's very, very cold. In this container, you'll see all the cuttings that I had from the end of the last video. This tray has been setting about 2 to 3 feet from a southwest facing window. So the whole time it's been sitting there, and I've been just kind of keeping it watered. Well, at this time I want to go through how many of those cuttings survived. In some cases, some of these didn't fit really well in the tray and they didn't get enough water. So putting them in individual saucers is probably a smarter idea. I just didn't do that. But I want to go through what worked, what didn't work, and where I had some loss. I'm going to do that right now, so stay tuned. So one of the first things I want to go through is I did have a lot of extra cuttings that I didn't pot up, and I decided to just leave them in water. And most of them didn't make it because I didn't keep the water change. So it's really critical. You can see the roots in here are still just going crazy. It's really critical to change this water once a week. And I know that, it's how much time I had. I didn't have as much time and some of them perished, but this group is still doing quite well. In the other trays, you can see where I put either 3 or 4 cuttings, and most of them are doing pretty good. We lost in this clutch, or this collection here, we lost 1. I'm simply just going to pull that out at this time. I just simply didn't get enough water and it dried out. So I'm going to continue to keep them watered, and you can see they're doing quite well. The other thing at this time of year, when check in, because it's so dry and cold in my house, that I will actually give them a spritz of isopropyl alcohol just to make sure if there's any spider mites lingering that think they're going to have lunch on my Coleus, I'm going to take care of them right now. So this one did pretty good. This container here, it looks like I had 3 cuttings, 1 perished. So that's why it's important when you do this to put multiple cuttings in there. So I'm just going to throw this one away. Got a trash there. This is my plain green. This one I have these little, this one I have has the pink on it. And you can see how faded this pink is, which is not a problem. It's just not getting enough light. If I move it into more of direct sun, it will darken back up again, which is fine. But I lost 2 cuttings in this one, which is fine. I have so many extra, it didn't really matter. This one, all 3 cuttings made it. So it looks pretty good. This one, all 3 cuttings made it. And this one was my unique experiment. So this is the one, if you watch the first video where it's got a kind of a square stem on it, and it never rooted. So I took cuttings and it didn't root. I got 1 dead little cutting in there, but not too bad. So I'll throw that out. Got 1 that's not very happy. I'm just gonna take some of this dead stuff out of here. This is my first time, other than keeping them watered, I've actually tended to them. So this is the fun one that didn't root. And I didn't know why it didn't root, but it didn't matter. But what I think I found is that if you have cuttings that are difficult and you don't want to grow them in water, you don't have to. Because this one didn't have any roots on it, if you remember. I simply cut it off, made sure it was nice and clean. Any kind of a fungus or I made sure all the fungus was off it, or the slime. I can't think of what it's called. I cleaned all the slime off it before I stuck it in here, and I did that on that last video. And this is the result. It actually did well. And my research has shown that there are some plants that cannot have any light exposure. So when you put in glass, it's got light exposure if it's clear glass. In some cases, plants don't want to have any light exposure whatsoever. So planting them straight away into a potting medium works really good. But I'm going to continue to keep them hydrated. I'm going to spray, like I said, I'm just going to spray them right. I'll do it right now. I'm going to just spray some of them with, this is just isopropyl alcohol. I'm just spraying the stems and the soil, and this will help to take care of any kind of little critters that may be in there, spider mites or any other bugs. I'm just going to spray them completely. One of the most difficult things about watering indoors is you get a mildew. If you end up with a powdery mildew or a white mold growing on top of the soil, that just means it's too wet. The one thing you could do for that is you also can hit it with isopropyl alcohol. It will also help that, believe it or not. And people that are worried about using isopropyl alcohol think it's going to kill the plant. It will not. It evaporates almost immediately. So it's kind of been my friend when it comes to taking care of some of these common problems when you're trying to not have your plants dampen off, which means it's going to rot at the stem. Give them a good spray, and I'll keep an eye on them. In some cases, if you end up with the seeds coming back on, the little seed heads, you want to deadhead those. You don't want those to do that because you really want it to drive roots down into the plant so that when you go to transplant out to your final location, a container outside or whatever you're going to do with them, that you have a good root system. You don't want seed production going on because it will take away. And I think I had some seed heads on there earlier and I already took them off, maybe right after Christmas. But this one could be a seed. Yeah, here's a seed head right here. So I'll show you this. I guess I do have one. So I do have a little seed head here that's trying to come. You can either cut or pinch it off. I'm just going to pinch it off. Hopefully you can see that. I don't know if you can or not. Right there. I'm just going to pinch this top off. It pinches off super easy. See if there's any other ones. And I'm just going to toss it. And I would suggest that when you're keeping these cuttings that you do this misting once a month. Just to make sure. You don't want to go to all this effort and have all these beautiful cuttings and then have spider mites come in and take over and ruin it for you. So that's the end of this episode. I believe my next one will be the final stage of this project, which is going to be potting them up. Now, even though we already have these cuttings, let's say you wanted more and you have some really healthy ones going like these here, you could still continue to take cuttings from these, put them in water, and do the same process again. Because these are really tender, these are really green, I probably wouldn't put these directly in the soil. The difference is on this one, these were hardened off older stems that I used, but I wouldn't do that with a tender young green stem like this. It's not if you're green, even if it's red. If it's tender, I wouldn't do that. But what you can do is you can still use a water propagation and get even more plants. I don't need more than this. I think I'm going to be looking for some brand new ones, but yeah. If this video is helpful, please give us a thumbs up so YouTube knows to share this content with others. Also consider subscribing so you don't miss any of my great content, including follow-up videos on the Coleus that you see here. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day.